Hello, Sir Qwon here. So, Sir Estivons sent me a bunch of videos of some of his kids at his local co-op fighting me, and let's watch them and see what we can learn. Let's see. Alright, I'm sure. Let's watch one more time. Alright, let's go. Let's back it up to the beginning. So here is his stance. So the first thing I can surmise from fighting him is that he keeps his shield extremely low. You see how my shield's way up top here? It's kind of over the shoulder. I'm almost eating it. That's where it wants to be. Through most of the fights with him, his shield was down here, giving me his shoulders to look at, which is never a good thing, because the easiest and quickest shot is just your straight forward chop. Just straight down, let gravity do the work. And so you want to make sure that is covered to force them to have to do something that takes more time and more effort to try to get the shots in. So the fact that he's giving me that here at the very beginning does not bode well. And yeah, I got his arm there because he just kept it so low. Could tap him there in his arm. So keep your shield higher. Let's see the next one. Let's go back. Another thing you don't want to do is you don't want to punch out your shield when you're swinging, because you can see when he was swinging there. Let's slow this down. He was swinging his shot as well as punching out his shield at the same time. You want to keep, once your guard's good, you want to keep your guard there and you swing without it. You might angle the shield a little bit, kind of open it up a tad, the rotation of the body, but you don't want to punch out your shield with your sword. Gotta move your limbs independently. Which when I was fighting him there, I didn't do much movement of my shield when I was swinging. The shield moved it out of the way, but still kept it close and tight. Yeah, like you can see right there. See that shoulder? Shield's low. Mine's way up there by my chin. His is much further down, around close to his neck. Keep that shield up. Yep, especially when you're on the ground. You want to keep it. I'll keep my shield even higher when I'm on the ground. So when not at chin level, I'll keep it like at eyeball level, because it's really up there, because those become so much easier. The moment you're shorter than the opponent, they actually do much less work to hit the top of your shoulder. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's notice that one again. Alright, let's go to the beginning. That's a short one. I'll slow it down. There we go. It's there. Yeah, that's just me being faster than you could block up. Because when your shield's that low and someone's chopping up there, you're not only fighting your opponent, but you're fighting gravity as well. So you want to keep it up there, so this way you're not fighting gravity and your opponent. Otherwise you're fighting two different things at once. And a 2v1 should always be a win for the guy that has the one. If you're having a fight versus two people, the two people should always beat the one. Let's see what's next. Let's look at his feet. Okay. Footwork's not actually too bad. Moving decently well. Speed this up. stance. Circling me, moving around. It's good. Forcing me to move so I can't just sit there. Because if he just sits there and lets me trade with him back and forth, then I'm going to win every time. Just because I have more shots in my bag than he does. The fact that he's moving around and circling me, forcing me to have to change what I'm thinking constantly. That's really good. Let's go to the next one. Here we go. Keep it moving. You never really want to stand still when you're fighting someone. You always want to find those angles, because if you come at someone flat, then you have to work around the shield. But if you move your body to where the shield isn't a problem anymore, it's a whole lot easier, and you can still keep your shield guarding, so your shield is always the problem. So I used to wrap over his shield, hit the arm, aiming for the shoulder, but it's gonna inch or two off. Okay. Yes, right there at the end. All right, so when you're down, that's good to reach down the arm. Yeah. All right, so when you're down an arm like this, what you don't want to do is attack my shield side. Because if your arm is here and you're attacking my shield side, you've now given me all this, your body is exposed and I can shoot at it. Versus if you attack my sword side, you're now defending all of this. And the only thing I have is this outside bit of your arm to hit in your shoulder. So everything here is covered-ish. And this is the only actually exposed spot. Versus if you're throwing these big wide ones over, now your sword's way out here, and if I swing on this side, your only defense is gone. So what you want to do is aim for my sword arm. So you want to kind of fake me into where I can swing, so you can have your sword slide right down mine, hit me in the arm every time, or just hit the shoulder. Everything that keeps yourself the most covered. So it's a lot of distance control, going in, shooting for that gap, coming out, or shooting in, stepping in for the gap, blocking whatever I'm doing, sliding your sword down, making that bind to the blades, and just slide your blade down. Hit my wrist, hit the arm, hit the shoulder if you're lucky. But that's what you're shooting for. So to here, he went and swung on the outside of me. Yeah. Instead of going for that inside line. He gave me so much to work with, where I didn't even have to put any effort into killing him there. Ooh, someone new. Alright. Let's work with this first. Alright, stance. Shield, pretty good. I'd move it a little more to the left. Or to the right, rather. His right. It's not bad. You're bent over. You're going to want to straighten your back there. Because you're giving me now your back I can shoot at. Because anything I can see, especially since I'm taller than you, anything I can see I can throw at. So if you stand up straight and make yourself tall, then there's going to be less that I can see. I'm going to see your legs and your arm. Let's go back. Let's watch that more. Yeah, he's swinging for the fat side of my shield. So you want, when you're fighting someone with the shield, you don't want to swing for the area that is the furthest out from the body. You have this round thing, and the edges are not where you want it. You want to swing here, where there's the corner. You can potentially hit a shoulder. The bottom end, where you can potentially hit a hip. But right there, there's nothing there to swing at. See, that chop wasn't as effective. And you also moved your shield out. Don't move your shield out when you're swinging. Keep your shield tight. Keep your form good. Proper posture. But like, you led with the arm out and then you swung. So you start with the sword and then you see what I'm doing. You move your shield accordingly. But if I don't do anything, then great. You're just guarded. You went for a shot and nothing happened. Oh, we're just a dark side. Just a little one to get the kill real quick. Yeah, he's because your shield was it was high enough, but it was a little far left on your body. That's why I bent over, because I knew that side was open. I just needed to get myself in there. So I leaned my body over, still keeping my shield the same spot. So even though I leaned left and right, everything is covered the same. The only difference is now I have the angles of attack which I can swing at. Graze the arm there or something. Like how he's taking it cautiously. He's beat this up.
You know what happened, Adrian? I've done this to you before.
And I got bored and ran out on him. During those single sword encounters with him, I did a lot of swinging on the outside because I knew my shield could punch my shield and block my arm good, versus if I went over, a greater chance of him sniping the arm, because I knew that's what he was looking for because of where his eyes were pointed.
I'll tell your wife.
So you want to make sure, even if you have a smaller shield, yeah, you can move it around. It's up with the bigger one. I kept going for that outside edge because that was the most defensive of me. And again, he kept his shield too far to the left. So I keep going over there because it's what I can see. Swing at what you can see.
Cool stance. Do something with it.
No. Not sure.
You did do something with it. Yay, Adrian.
Killed me. Alright. This is where I messed up. So what I should have done is
cool stance.
Go in there. I went in for that inside there when I should have just swung the wrap on the outside, which is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hit there, block everything there, get really close, swing wide and around on the outside, hit him in the back. But for some dumb reason, I went in that way to his left. Instead of swinging over his left shoulder, I went for his right shoulder.
I'm like,
Good
okay,
job,
don't waste it.
Capitalizing on my mistake. Both legs. If you swing and get one leg, you might as well swing back and get the other. It's where you get the easy kill.
Cool thing is he's not cutting your shoulders as much as he was with Josiah, so it means you're guarding your shoulders. Yep.
Up to that side again, because he keeps leaving it open.
Cool thing is he's not cutting your shoulders as much as he
slide up and under, popped him.
So
could have wrapped and got us back there.
Guarding your shoulders well enough.
I still got the win.
Going for many shoulder kills.
Don't want to move your shield. Like, if you see, like I didn't do anything there. Like, let's watch that again. Here we are. Watch him punch out his shield. He punched it out prior to me doing anything. The moment he punched out his shield, I know he's doing something. And at that point, then I just know, all right, where's he punch it out? Great. I don't want to swing my sword there. I want to swing my sword somewhere else at him. And so all I have to do is move my shield to block what he's doing. And he's like giving me this huge opening. So in this case, it's this huge gap that I could swing at. So don't move your shield. Move your shield. It's better to move your feet to block things than your shield. So that's just in case him not swinging. You should never let your opponent swing more than, say, 2 or 3 times at you without you swinging back.
Sounds good.
Otherwise, he's going to guarantee a win, or at least hit you. Because you're not a machine. You're not going to be 100% perfect. You're going to make mistakes. And eventually you'll make a mistake. So if you swing back, you force me to stop swinging at you and have to do something else. And the more swings you can send my way, the greater chance you've been able to hit me. So you want to try to control this. Right there, I was in full control of the fight, just swinging away, having a grand old time.
Good fight, good fight.
So So control the fight, swing. Don't just sit there and block a whole bunch unless you're training. But this wasn't a drill. Let's see. Let's go back. Alright, stance. Sword too far to the left. It's high enough though. I like that you can almost see it's almost up to his nose. You're really gripping your sword, you kind of want to loosen up that grip just a little bit, as well as slide it up to the end, because that's one of my 4-ounce bats there, buddy. You don't need to choke up on it, so you want to get as much range as possible. There's no reason for you to choke up on it, because it's not heavy enough where you need that counterbalance of the bottom of the handle. So try to get as much range as you can out of all your weapons as possible. So like I'm sitting there like smack dab. There's the pommel. If I could grab the pommel and grip it that way, which is what I used to do. I used to make these flat pommels where I could actually even grip the pommel to give me another extra like 2 inches of my sword that I could stick out there. But I ground ones now because it kept slipping out of my hands. The new gloves. His back's fairly straight. Could straighten up maybe a little bit. It's not too bad though. You're moving around, keeping distance. See how his sword's back like that? Don't do that. All it does is leave your arm, and it makes all your swings a whole lot longer. So even if you have this great opportunity to get a kill shot, you're going to take like half a second just to get your sword out here, and then another half a second to kill me. Versus if it was already out here, you've now cut your time in half. Where you can just straight up kill me. So don't hold it back here. You don't need to cock it back to swing. It's just all arm and wrist just right there where you need it. It's all about time. You want to try to eliminate as much time and effort as possible from anything you're doing. And that's how you win fights. Minimize everything. That one cut off. Go to the next one. Oop, nope. Here we go. Moving in and out of range. It's really good. His range control is really good. He's moving in and out of range beautifully. He's not staying close enough for me to be able to do anything. He's coming in when he's ready for something, and then stepping back out again as he rethinks what he wants to do. So you see the difference between my legs and his? This is the leg I swung at. It's sitting down there. It's the leg he swung at. My live leg, which is the one he can hit me to kill me, is way back and out of the way. His live leg, which is sitting up in front, is an easy target. So I think I swing a whole bunch at that leg because it's just sitting there. Versus if he just sticks it out here, same amount of balance, but it's out of the way. It's harder to hit. Requires you to really jump or leap or force for it, which may get you killed to get it. So it kind of forces him to just stick to everything my shield is covered. He's got to try to hit at. And since he's down a leg, it's harder for him to then run, walk and get those ankles that he was getting at before. So now you're pretty much just stood there, going back and forth, seeing whose ever sword skills are better, who's got the most shots and fakes in their bank. There we go. Kind of leaned over too. You want to keep your back straight, even when you're on a leg. If you have to lean over to force a shot to try to get it, it's not worth it. You shouldn't have to force anything. Make it come to you. I like that. Okay. Alright, nice. Watch that one slow. Down and over and down. So I just went straight down, get him to lower his shield, rather over, and then up top. So it's just pop. Just make a nice little circle down to the hip, get him to drop his shield, and as fast as I can get back up there and snap the shoulder. Yeah. And that was me just knowing he's going to move his shield. So I faked over here. I knew he moved his shield, and that's fine. He hits my leg. If fact, I want him to focus on my leg so I can just go over top and hit there. So I didn't care that he hit my leg there. I wasn't even going to bother blocking it. I was just trying to get the angle I needed to get. I know it was an easy kill, as long as I was quick enough. Body's a little square. When you have a single sword, you don't want to give me your whole torso. You want to just stand as sideways as you can to minimize what I can see to swing at. And that was him there, just like sitting there, like his elbow was right out there. I had to swing at it. It's the closest thing. I don't have to go low, try to get his leg, get myself in a kill zone, getting too close to him. I just swing at the elbow.
It's a stick fighting habit of having your thing up on your shoulder. It's a different game. It's a different game.
Same thing, same shot. Just instead of going up top, so I had to go down on the leg. Just swung for the hip instead. But it's that same wrap I did before. It's just, the ending was the hip instead of the shoulder. And this is when he just should have killed me. It is practice, so I normally give them their sword back when we're doing like practice sparring like this. So you can have more different opportunities to practice different situations. But in a normal fight, just kill me. Don't give me my sword back. You disarmed me. Take the victory where you can get it. So you need to recover a little faster there. There we go. Alright. So what do we have left? Ooh, Sir Estivons. Okay. End of the day. Very tired. And Sir Estivons was... Alright, so Sir Estivons stance there. Okay. Look at that. Shoulder nicely covered. It's okay if this is a little... It's okay. It's better to be too far right with your shield than left, because your muscles, you're forcing your muscles over there. Your muscles will happily snap back into a comfortable level and help you move it over if you need it to go. So it's better to be a little far left or a little far right than too far left and give me the others to shoot at. Give me both shoulders covered. His sword is nice and up, guarding that as well. Yeah, that was me just... Let's watch that one more time. Yeah, Sir Estivons' stance is really good there. Shield's a smidge small for him. He positioned it quite well. I wouldn't tabletop it like he does there. Let's go back. Alright, here we are. See how he's got that weird angle there? Like you're just opening up the bottom here. Like the flatter it is, you got it covered. The more you flatten up to eventually it's not covering anything. So you want to keep it as flat as a board as you possibly can. Don't angle it like that. No ramps necessary. Yeah, it's getting even worse there. Which is why I went underneath, because he was toppling it like that. Where if he kept it flat, that shot probably wouldn't have worked. But I was able to sneak it up and in there versus the same one would have just hit the side of the shield and nothing would have happened. So if he didn't angle his shield like that, stick the bottom out, he wouldn't have killed him like that. Wouldn't have got the arm. It made it a whole lot more difficult for me. Went for the same thing, only swung back so I had to quickly recover. How quickly he swings and he goes back really fast. You don't want to just linger with your sword out there. You want to recover as quickly you can to get back to your guard, which he is doing quite well.
I saw it in my mind of what I wanted to do. I'm so excited when it happens.
same thing. He just tabletops it out, so that's what I see. That's what I swing at. He's taller than me, so I'm not going to go for too many shoulders because it requires too much work. Because he's got that good 3 inches, 2-3 inches on me, height-wise. Ooh, I almost got him there. My shoulder's just a little longer. That'd have hit him right in the armpit. So I need to step in on that one. I need to walk a whole lot more too. I am not moving at all. He's just walking around me, and I'm just kind of standing there and rotating when I should be doing some of the back and forth as well. He's controlling that. He's controlling the movement aspect of the fight, but he got overconfident. Moved his shield out of the way and gave me the hip. You want to control all areas of the fight, not just swinging, but if you're controlling movement too, that's another huge one, which he was doing there, and that's why he got the leg. Nice death. 2 hits in the arm. How do you do that? Let's see. Oh, okay. Alright, okay. Slow down. So he hit my arm on the inside. Yep. Didn't need to move my shield there. Should have blocked it with the sword arm. But that's okay. And all I did was punch it out. It wasn't needed. Yeah. So he went the inside. And then over top. Oh. Nicely done. Just kind of kept his guard there and just swung his sword. Stayed in his defensive position. Didn't give me anything. Leg and arm. There we go. Force the slot shot. Probably shouldn't have thrown it that many times, but it worked out. You normally don't want to throw a shot like more than twice in a row, unless you have plans on faking something, which I didn't at that point. I was just trying to force a shot that was there. But once it fails a couple of times, then you want to change plans, because if they know you're going to throw it again, especially if they're a good fighter, they're just going to see what you're doing and know, okay, well, I know the counter to that, and I'm just going to throw it next time you go in and throw it, and then it's going to be game over. So don't throw the same shot more than twice. Unless you have some weird plan where you throw it the third time and it's really just a fake into something else. Otherwise, you just throw it once or twice. If it doesn't work, move on. Throw other things, come back to it later. Especially with his stance, that shot's always going to be open. So I just messed up there. Got a little too greedy, but worked out at the end. Yeah, overall, it was fun. Fun day. Kids are getting good.